Hi all. So today we are going to learn C sharp basics. So we are going to cover this following parts. So first one is how to declare variable and use variable. Second one is conditional statement, if statement. Third one is for loop. Fourth one is while loop. Fifth one is switch case. Sixth one, how to write function and use that function. And seventh one is how to create method and use that method. These are the basics that you should learn before writing the program in C sharp. So let's design our UI to execute one by one. So what we will do, we will create control for each execution. So first we will take table control, table layout panel. We will remove last column, right click, go to property. So put allow scroll. If you don't want this table layout, you can simply use panel as well, where you not need to align or pass some properties. Just take one panel, it will take your controls and it will align on the panel. We'll put some buttons. So we need to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cases. So we will create 7 buttons. Just drag and drop. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have all 7 buttons. So we'll align as a left. Stretch a bit. Okay. We'll rename the buttons. Go to right click and property. So first we will check for the declare variables. So I'll put name as a variable. So you can set text property as a variable. Second one, we are just checking for the if condition. We can put as a if condition. Third one is for loop. For loop. So the text property will display only a text on the control. We will change the name as well of this object control. So while loop switch functions. And last one is method. We'll put one text box to show the output. We take as a multi-line. We give a name as a txt output. So we will access this object by this name when we are executing the following statements. So first we are going to check how we declare variable in C# when forms, and how we can assign the values and how we can retrieve the values. So there are multiple variables in C sharp or any other programming language. You have to assign the variable or declare the variable as per your need. So I'm taking a text string variable. So once you write string, it will give you the variable parameter. So string, then your variable name, variable str, and I'll just put a blank as a default value. Now we're going to assign some value after declaration, where str equal to, in double quotes you have to mention your text. This is variable test. Post clicking on button, we are going to print this value on the text box. So how we access text box? We have mentioned name as a txt val, txt output dot text equal to str, where str. Let's set the code. So I have multiple form. So I have set this form as a the starter form. Run the code. When I click on variable button, it will print this is a variable text. As you can see on right side, I have created one variable, and we have write down this variable into this control, text post control. Moving to next part, as I mentioned that we have multiple types of variable and we can use that one also. So I'll take another variable as an integer variable. So I'll pass as a number. So without assigning any value, it contains as a 0. So how to concat this integer value or integer variable with the string variable? So you have to pass plus symbol, your integer variable, other data type variable, dot toString. So what toString will do, it will convert this value as a toString, then it will append with the existing string variable. So it's not accepting by default value. I have to pass 0 as well. Now I'm going to execute. As you can see, printing the integer value with the text value. If I put some other value and run this, so it's printing my variables value with a string variable and with the integer value. So if you take any variable which is non-string and you have to execute with the string variable, you have to pass as a true string. Likewise, if I take float value, okay, and if I append with this string variable, I have to pass two string. Now it's working. If I change the value, float will take decimal 20.5. Now it will concat this 12.5 to the string variable. As you can see, we can append this value with the integer, with the decimal, and other data types as well. So that is for variable part. So now let's move to if condition. So if condition is a conditional statement where we can take decision on that based on condition. So what I will do, I will take input from this text box and then I will put condition. If, how you have to write that if condition, just type only if and then double tap. So it will complete your structure. If txt output dot text. So today is 11th Feb, okay, and I'll type name of Elon Musk. So what will happen? I'll put some condition if text box is Elon. Okay, what it will provide me as output. Message box dot show. So I'll print Tesla. So what my message box will do? It will give you the pop up with the string as a Tesla. Okay. So I'll put full name. So two upper will convert into uppercase. Now run the code. Now I'm putting date and if condition, it's not displaying anything. I'll put Elon Musk. You can see it's displaying as a Tesla. So let's enhance this condition and we will see some example. If else, copy paste, not not a Tesla name. Let's run the query. So I have written if it matches with the Elon Musk, then it will print Tesla, else it will print not a Tesla owner. It will prompt. If I put Infosys not a Tesla owner name. If I put Bitcoin, not a Tesla name. If I put Elon Musk, it prompt as a Tesla. So there are various conditions. So this is single if and else. So some of the scenario where you have to find multiple if condition. So how you going to find if it's not match? So you need to pass else if, then your query. So what is the condition on that? So now I'm just checking that value, the same condition that you mentioned. If I put Virat, then it will print a prompt. Virat Kohli. Let's stick over here. So else. So what we have mentioned, that we have mentioned some names. Okay. So if it's the value not matched with the text box value where we are comparing, it will prompt as a please enter person name. Suppose if I put as a apple, okay, please enter person name. If I put Virat, it will prompt as a Virat Kohli. If I put Infosys, it will not prompt from Virat Kohli or Tesla. It will prompt please enter in person name. Now again we are going to print. Now it will prompt Tesla. So these are the basic example of if cases. Now moving to our for loop. So how you write for loop in C sharp? Just put write for small cases and double tap. So basically I'm writing from 1 to 10 and output txt output to I. Plus I'm entering new line after printing the number in text box. Now I'm going to click on for loop. As you can see, only 9 is printing over here because we have not appended existing value of this text box. is overwriting again and again with the existing value. To print on that, we have to append existing value plus, and we are running from 0 to 10, so it will print from 0 to 9. Now it will print from 1 to 10. Let's see the output. Okay. As you can see, I all continuation to our existing video. So as in our existing video, we have learned that variables and control statement and for loop. So today we are going to learn this while loop, switch case, functions and methods. So till for loop we have executed in our last video. So for while loop, how we write while loop. So in C sharp, just type while and double tap. It will provide you the value on that. Define the variable and I'm passing the condition if my value of I less than equal to 10, then it will print this value in text box. Okay, and we can pass this value at the top as well. Go to while loop tutorial. So what it does when it runs, it initializes I value as 1. It prints this while loop tutorial. Then it will go inside that loop. As you can see, we are not incrementing any value. So if you increment this value, so each and every condition it will take plus 1 to the I variable and it will print till I less than equal to 10. So what is the output? It will print from 1 to 10 in the text box. Let's run the code. You can see it's a while loop tutorial. We'll put no line over here. You can click on while loop. It will print from 1 to 10. Now we are going to understand how switch statement will work. So it's a control statement. So whatever value you pass and if the condition matches, then it will provide the output of that matching criteria. So similar to type switch and double tap, it will give you the default syntax. So it's giving two parameters: switch, switch on. Switch on means your input parameter and the default value. So we are going to use our input box or the text box. Okay. Then we are going to define case 1 and then colon. Okay. I'm just displaying a message box similar to this, I'm just copying this and will paste for 5 items. 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So when user input value 1, it will display this text value as 1. If user inputs 4, then it will display this text value 4. If user input the values outside of this range, it will prompt this default message, which is enter value between 1 to 5. So let's test this. I'm going to pass 3. So showing 3. I'm going to pass 5. Showing me 5. If I'm going to pass 12, then it will show enter the value between 1 to 5. Now moving to next. So the next is function. So in function, you must have a return type, and you always have to return the value from the function. The function always return the value. So I'll provide you the basic syntax. So you have to mention your access modifier. So we'll talk about later for access modifier. So just define private or public, then your return type, and then your function name. And if you pass any parameter, you can pass string type of name. So as I created private function with the return type string with the input parameter string. So as I create the function, it must return the value as what it does. It will get the name from input parameter and it will append this hello word with this. So how to call this? I'm going to this function, declaring one variable string where name equal to this dot and get name, and I'm just passing Elon Musk. What it returns? It returns hello Elon Musk, and after that I'm just displaying this value on my message box. Let's try this. Hello Elon Musk. So as you can see, we have passed the value as a Elon Musk, but it appends the value with the hello. So it returns me hello Elon Musk. So that's it for functions. Now moving to our next part, that is method. So similar to function, we are going to write methods. But in method, we don't have any return type. We have void types which cannot return any value. And let's change the name. empty underscore get, because it does not have any return type. Then we have to perform all the operation inside this method. So likewise in function, we are returning this value and storing in this variable, while as in method you have to complete your task inside the method. You call this method, same procedure. Let's put this dot, the method name. When I hit the click button, and then it will call this method and pass this value, and after passing this value it will append with the hello, and we display this hello LLMs. So in function it will return, in method it has to execute inside the method. That's it for variable, control statement, for loop, method and function. So this is the basic of C sharp. If you learn this, then easily you can create some simple program as a beginner level, and you can learn further the advanced steps as well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. Thanks for watching.